We've been digging into this source guide all week, and it looked at, hundreds of new AI tools out there.
So many.
And the main finding is pretty clear. Most of them are, well, frankly, they're just shiny toys.
Right, novelties. They don't really move the needle.
But the guide found 12 exceptions.
12. And these aren't just cool little features. These are tools that are actually built to, drive revenue, to help businesses scale, and let teams do something that feels almost impossible today.
Which is?
Work less by getting rid of all the busy work.
And that's really the mission for this deep dive. We're going to cut through all that noise and pull out those 12 business-tested solutions.
Things with names you want to remember, like Granola, Lovable.dev, Atlas.
And the idea is that these should become part of your core business infrastructure, not just some experiment you run on the side.
Welcome. We know you're curious, you want to learn, but you just don't have time to sift through all this stuff. So our goal is to just synthesize it for you. We've grouped these 12 tools by what they do: internal knowledge, automation, sales and customer voice, and even strategy.
We really want to help you make that crucial shift in thinking, moving from, oh, AI is something I might use someday, to this has to be installed as core revenue-driving plumbing.
Exactly.
So let's unpack this first big area, knowledge management. I think for almost any company, the biggest internal friction point is meetings.
Oh, for sure.
And just finding information later. And we're starting with a tool called Granola.ai because it solves this huge psychological problem with remote work.
It's that moment of dread, right? You're on a call and then you hear it. Recording bot has joined the meeting.
Right.
And instantly, everyone just clams up. The whole dynamic changes because you know you're being recorded.
Granola gets rid of that entirely. It's so elegant because it just captures the audio locally on your computer.
So no bot joins the call. It's totally stealthy. And its killer feature isn't just that it's stealthy, it's about the synthesis afterwards. It has this thing called AI-assisted notes.
How does that work?
So during the call, you just type a few key points, decisions, action items. Then later, Granola merges your human notes with the full AI transcript.
So you're not just getting some generic AI summary that might miss all the nuance.
Precisely. It emphasizes what you, the human, decided mattered.
That's smart.
And the result is that it creates documentation that actually reflects what was important, not just a log of what was said. The impact is, well, it's profound. Your entire meeting history becomes this searchable second brain.
So you could just ask it, hey, show me all the meetings from last quarter where we talked about the pricing model.
And it just pulls it up. It saves hours of digging through old docs.
Okay, so that's meeting knowledge. What about data?
Right, so moving from conversations to data decisions, we've got precision. This tool is all about tackling data chaos.
We're all drowning in dashboards. Salesforce, HubSpot, you name it.
And they're all yelling different things at you. Too many dashboards just leads to no action.
So what does precision do differently?
It flips the script. Every morning, your team gets their KPIs, and this is the key part, one clear move to improve those numbers today.
So it's about focused action, not just looking at charts.
Exactly. A clearer winning path. And speaking of knowledge, the guide also highlighted Buddy Pro. This is all about capturing the what they call the company brain. Meaning you take the founder's experience, their beliefs, their strategic gut feelings, and you make all of that instantly available to the whole team.
So a new hire could basically talk to it and get the same answer the founder would give.
That's the idea. It ensures consistency as you scale, especially when the founder is a bottleneck.
That's huge for decision velocity.
And the future potential here is fascinating. Imagine licensing these brains. Like, what if you could tap into the thinking behind Apple's product design culture?
Wow. Okay. But once you have all this knowledge, say, in a big Google Doc, you still have to communicate it.
And that's where Gamma comes in. It takes those dense, text-heavy strategy docs and instantly turns them into visual things decks, web pages, clear infographics.
Because our brains just process visuals so much faster.
Right. A complex strategy that no one reads in a doc suddenly gets attention when it's visualized by Gamma. It makes the strategy stick.
Okay, so let me try and connect these four then. Granola, Precision, Buddy Pro, Gamma. If knowledge really is the key asset, how quickly can these tools fundamentally change decision-making speed across a whole team?
Instantly, because information retrieval and clear data moves replace searching and guesswork. All right, this next section is about scaling your work without, and this is the important part, scaling your headcount. And we have to start with n8n. That's n8n. It's a really powerful pro-level automation platform.
So for people who are familiar with this space, you have Zapier, which is kind of entry level, and then maybe make.com is intermediate. Where does n8n fit in?
n8n is the professional orchestrator. It connects really complex systems and uses its own AI to make smart routing decisions. It's the engine for high-volume, really complex operations.
The guide gave a fantastic blueprint for a full customer onboarding automation using n8n. Can we walk through that?
Absolutely. So it starts with the payment trigger. A new customer pays.
Okay.
That hits the CRM. And instead of a generic welcome email, the AI instantly personalizes one based on data you already have about them.
So it feels personal right from the start.
Yes. And then, here's the genius part, the AI can actually handle the intake form, not with a link, but with a conversational voice call. It just calls the client and collects the info.
Cool.
Then it does conditional follow-ups. It only nudges the client about the specific steps they haven't completed.
So you're not annoying them with generic reminders for things they've already done.
Exactly. And the human team member only gets involved after the AI has done all that heavy lifting up front. And to top it off, the automation then builds a customized presentation based on all that data it collected.
So the team member walks into their first meeting, and the deck is already built and tailored to that client.
That's the magic.
Okay, now let's talk about Lovable.dev. This seems like a really fundamental shift in who can build applications.
It is a massive shift. The main idea is you no longer need to be a developer to build a functional app. The bottleneck moves from coding ability to just clarity of your idea.
So you just describe what you want in plain English.
You describe the app, the features, the layout, and Lovable generates it, tests it, and deploys it. The landing page example they gave was staggering. Prompt 1, build the page.
Okay.
Prompt 2, add Stripe for payments. Prompt 3, add a form. It's that simple.
I have to make a vulnerable admission here. Even with all these advanced tools, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself. You know, when you're trying to get these complex multi-step automations to line up just right. And it feels like Lovable's success really hinges on having a crystal clear idea, not on technical skill.
That's a huge point. Clarity is the new currency. The tool is incredibly powerful, but you have to know exactly what you want it to do.
If the idea is fuzzy, the app will be fuzzy.
Exactly.
Okay, moving on to Fixer.a. This one gets called the AI Chief of Staff.
Yeah, it automates what we'd call the low-level assistant work. Calendar management, booking travel, creating SOPs, and most importantly, making sure follow-ups actually happen.
And the prediction here from the source is that this automates the work, not the person.
Right. It frees up human executive assistants to focus on high-touch relationship building and strategic prep, while Fixer just handles all the logistics.
And implementation is just, you give it your playbooks and access to your inbox.
Pretty much. And then you just review a weekly digest of what it did and any exceptions it found.
So given these powerful building tools, n8n, Lovable, Fixer, what do you think is the single biggest hurdle to really successful automation?
The cultural imperative to accept that AI must lead the process, not just assist it.
All right, this segment is moving to the front lines. We're talking sales and support using hyper-realistic voice and video.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting.
Let's start with Atlas, the AI that can close deals 204/7.
This is all about speed to lead. As soon as a lead fills out a form on your website, Atlas instantly calls them. Not a minute later, instantly.
And what does it do on the call?
It qualifies them, it can do some basic selling, and it books a meeting directly on a sales rep's calendar.
The consistency has to be its superpower.
It is. Atlas never has a bad day. It never goes off script. It hits those leads before they even have a chance to go search for a competitor.
The source guide had that great father-in-law story.
Oh, that was perfect. The CEO of the company tested it on his own father-in-law, who had no idea he was talking to an AI.
He thought it was a real person named Victoria.
Yeah. And later he was asking the CEO, hey, where'd Victoria go? She was so persistent. It's that convincing.
We're talking about an AI that is passing a real-time voice Turing test in a sales context.
And it's relentless. If you hang up, it just checks the calendar and calls you back in 15 minutes.
Wow. Okay, let's shift to content production. ElevenLabs for voice cloning.
Yeah.
This is way beyond just a novelty now, right?
Yeah, this is production ready. The immediate business case is for what they call pickup recordings.
Meaning?
Let's say you record a 5-minute video, but you mispronounce one word.
Yeah.
Instead of reshooting, your editors just use your voice clone to fix that one word.
That saves so much time and money. No need to go back to the studio.
Exactly. And then you combine that with a tool like HeyGen, which does AI video avatars. I know you were skeptical about avatars at first.
I was very anti-avatar. It felt so impersonal. But my mindset really shifted when I saw how many respected experts are already using them to scale their content.
The avatars might still look a little clunky today, but the philosophical shift is realizing that the quality of the information matters more than whether the person was physically on camera.
And the workflow is just so simple. ChatGPT for the script, ElevenLabs for the voice, HeyGen for the avatar, and then you export. You can literally delegate video production to your editors.
Whoa. I mean, just imagine scaling that. Scaling your voice and your video to answer 1 billion customer questions in 12 languages instantly.
That changes everything for global companies.
It really does.
And finally, in this section, Vapi. This is another voice tool, but it's different from Atlas.
Right. Atlas is a pre-built sales tool. Vapi is a voice API, which means you can build custom voice applications for any use case.
The Rolex story from the guide was the perfect example of this.
It was amazing. A developer programmed Vapi with this super specific persona, a New York Italian guy, and gave it negotiation scripts.
And then just had it call, use Rolex dealers to negotiate prices.
An automated negotiation agent. Now, think about that for customer support. Vapi takes the call, tries to solve the problem with the knowledge it has, and only passes it to a human if it gets stuck.
And then it learns from that interaction for next time.
So the human load slowly decreases over time. It's adaptive.
So if sales and support calls can be automated with tools like Atlas and the Vapi, what are the new high-value skills that human team members are going to need?
Critical thinking, relationship building, and solving truly novel, non-automatable problems. So we've covered operations, knowledge, and customer interactions. The last piece of the puzzle is using AI for strategy itself.
And this is centered on ChatGPT voice mode, using it as an AI thinking partner.
Yeah, and the key use case here is hands-free ideation. Just talking through complex problems, almost like therapy, to get out of your own head.
The strategic decision story in the guide was a perfect illustration of this.
It was. This CEO was wrestling with a huge, really painful decision for his company. So he went for a 45-minute run with his AirPods in, just talking it all out with the AI.
And the AI wasn't just, a passive listener. It was a structured thought partner.
Exactly. It challenged him, it asked him tough questions, and it gave him the numbers and the confidence he needed to finally pull the trigger on a really hard choice.
But the key here, and the guide was very clear about this, is that you have to give it a specific framework. You can't just ask, what should I do?
No, you have to structure the whole conversation.
Step one is setting expectations. You have to tell the AI, challenge me, be my mentor, don't be so nice.
Right. And then step two, you give it a framework to think with, like the theory of constraints.
For anyone listening, TOC is basically a method for finding the one single bottleneck that's holding you back, and then focusing all your energy there.
And then step three, you let the AI question you. You give it data about your marketing, your sales, your operations.
Then step four, you ask for specific options, but, and this is key, given your current constraints, your budget, your time.
And the final step, step five, you make it rank those options based on your long-term goals, like your 5-year plan.
That whole process, it's what transforms a simple chat into a real, actionable strategy session.
And it forces you, the human, to get really clear on the problem and your constraints, which is half the battle right there.
So, if we can outsource some of this strategic thinking to an AI partner, how do we avoid, losing our own cognitive muscle?
The AI provides structured critique, enhancing our clarity, not replacing the initial idea generation. So, to bring it all together, we've talked about these 12 tools, from Granola and Precision to Atlas and Vapi. I think we've made the shift. We are not talking about novelties anymore.
No, these are practical, production-tested solutions.
Yeah.
They solve immediate, painful business problems like getting rid of that endless internal searching or speeding up sales or scaling content without burning out your team.
And structuring those really high-stakes strategic calls.
Right. The true value here isn't about working more. It's about working less by putting in tools that actually drive measurable revenue.
So the action plan for you listening is simple. Don't get overwhelmed by all 12. Just pick one.
Just one.
Maybe it's Granola for your meetings or Atlas for sales. Put a 90-minute block on your calendar this week and just ship it. Implement one tool.
Because the bottom line here really is a cultural imperative. The outcome is becoming binary.
Hmm.
You have to decide today to become an AI-powered company in whatever you do. The company that implements these tools is the one that wins in 3 or 4 years. And the one that doesn't, well, it loses.
And a final thought to leave you with. Once you have your AI chief of staff, like Fixer, reliably handling your calendar in your inbox, what percentage of your day is left for tasks that are purely human? That remaining work. That's what defines your true value.
That is a deep dive for another time.
Absolutely.
Catch you next time.